Hi Leo, and welcome to your snapshot reading. If you are already familiar with my channel, welcome back. If you are new to this channel, this is the first video you may have seen of me, then welcome in. We are here to embrace you with open arms and nothing but love and acceptance. So just feel free to be yourself wherever you are energetically, positive, negative, or neutral. Come as you are, and I just pray that you leave better than you came, okay? Let's get into it. As I was shuffling the cards for you guys, I was getting ready to cut the deck, but the cards did not need to be cut. They just started jumping out, so the spread is already here for you guys. You're not going to be able to watch me do it live. So what you guys have as far as the overlying energy is your own. You have the Sun card that came out. So this is very like proud, extravagant, lavish, indulgent in ways of entertainment, right? And wanting to just have fun and be able to, again, like be your most authentic self, right? This is all about freedom of expression and being your very creative and magnetic selves, you know what I mean? Like just feeling like you are on top of your game, like everything's going well in life. The Sun, I believe in Greek mythology, the name escapes me. I want to say Helios, but I want to say another name as well. But that the god in Greek mythology was all about also having foresight. So this is all about having like a vision and a plan for your life, you know what I mean? And so a lot of you guys are feeling that energy, or you want to be connected to that energy. And you see in the Sun card how he's kind of like holding a beam, you know what I mean? Like a beam of light. Well, what's crossing you guys is the Ace of Wands. So this is all about the I, the personality, going back again to that sense of extravagance or that sense of magnetism that you guys naturally have. People just find themselves being incredibly drawn to you. Leos are known for having like a clan or a posse, you know what I'm saying? You're never out by yourselves. Maybe that's something that you have to look into, why it is that you always feel like you need to be surrounded by other influences, other beams of light here. Why you always may feel like you need to be the center of attention also, which is what comes through with the Ace of Wands. Again, it's all about the outward expression and the impression that you leave upon people, but it can also be about vanity and you guys taking a closer look at how your, in a way, I guess I could say superiority complex, because that's what's coming through, how that superiority complex is damaging, okay, to the self. Again, because you guys will hurt others by ways of feeling like, oh, it's all about me all the time. Like everybody needs to have their eyes on me. This can be somebody that's like really siphoning energy. Again, the Sun is like the center of the universe. You know what I mean? Like with the earth, like everything is dependent on the Sun. So maybe for some of you guys, you're feeling the weight of that type of pressure. Especially if you are family oriented here, because what's real about the situation, you have the Page of Cups, and what's wrong about the situation, you have the World card. You're feeling that pressure to be that sustaining figure because a lot of people rely on you, but then you find yourself at the end of the day not really having that emotional satisfaction because you give so much of yourself out. So it can play either way. I feel like with Leos, you will give your everything, like you'll give your last to the people that you feel are loyal to you, or the people that you consider to be a part of your clan, right? So like your mother, father, just your immediate family, if you have any siblings, if you have children, but also like your friends, right? Because for most of you guys, your friends feel like family, or you guys have gone through things in childhood, right? To where you've had to, either you or your friends, right, went through something that was pretty traumatic, and so you guys trauma bonded to some degree, sure, but to where they may have taken care of you or you them, and so you've developed that type of tight, close-knit relationship to where you guys feel more like family. You know what I mean? You don't always have to be related by blood here. So yeah, that can be the thing, but if you find yourself giving so much of yourself to these people and you save nothing for yourself, right? You have no type of reserve for yourself, then it can turn into energy where, again, you're like siphoning energy, or it turns into something that is where you develop like a resentment, I guess, for you being just so generous and warm, you know, and loving, you know, and giving that out, and then you just feel like it's not returned, so then you start to demand it of other people. Or again, you just automatically have that superiority complex where you feel like everybody, because you are so spoiled here with this energy, you feel like it's a given that automatically everybody just loves you. And so in that process of just like feeling like it's mine, you know, me, and taking it, you don't realize just how much you are neglecting the needs of other people. So it can go either way, right? Either the people that you are giving to don't recognize how much of yourself you're trying to give to those situations and maybe don't even appreciate it, or they abuse your kindness, because the sweetness always comes through with water energy. And yet you don't have the, I don't want to say necessarily that you don't have the courage, but there is a little bit of a cowardice there, because Leos, right, you guys rule the heart and the spine. Some of you guys don't have a backbone enough to stand up to these people and let them know, like, hey, you yourself, you have limits. This can also be about limitations here and learning about that, right, with the ones. This is all about like strengths and weaknesses and building upon that knowledge, okay, and accepting certain aspects of yourself that, again, you may not potentially like. But yeah, that you too have limits, right? Where you need more information, you have the Three of Swords. And it's really hard to say no to like your family members, especially if it's like a mother figure, or if this is siblings, which comes through with Gemini energy. It's usually like siblings or like cousins or something like that. If not just, again, really good friends of yours. It's really hard to say no, because like, you know, if you don't help and you don't provide for them, then who will? You know what I mean? Again, I feel like some people try to play on those sympathies, or they just feel because they were that authoritative figure in your life, or because of whatever type of circumstance that you found yourself in, where maybe you were saved by them. Like if anybody did a favor for you, for instance, then they feel like you are indebted to them. Okay, there we go. And I know that especially if you grew up in a toxic household, you know, a lot of African American parents have that type of mentality where it's like, I gave birth to you, so you have to do this for me. I'm the adult here, so what I say goes. You know, that they don't really give room for you to self-express in a natural way. And so I feel like some of you guys are combating with that in your adulthood or in your adolescence here. Page of Cups. If this is not you having children, or the desire to have children if they don't already exist, then this is you in your own inner child, and you looking back. I mean, we are in Mercury retrograde, to those traumas in the ways that you were inhibited, maybe because the Ace of Wands is, again, a blockage. When it's the Cruce that hounds you, it's something that is stopping you. Some of you guys don't see yourselves as other people see you. Some of you guys have issues with your self-esteem, and then so outwardly it's kind of like a fake it till you make it type of mentality with the Sun energy. Maybe to the outside world, everybody deems you to be okay, but internally that's not the truth. You know what I mean? Like, again, some of you guys feel really disheartened right now, or you feel extremely misfortunate because the world is in the what's wrong position. And then where you need more information, you have the Three of Swords and the Ace of Coins as the outcome. So if this is in matters of the heart, you guys also rule the 5th house, and romance and love affairs. I feel like there's a blockage with that right now, and some of it has to come down to, or some of it does come down to pride. Some of it also comes down to being misunderstood and not really understand. being misunderstood just in generally as far as your personality is concerned, but again, in conversations and in communications with people, it's like the points that you're trying to make and how you intend for it to be conveyed, it's not received the way that you intended it. So then there's misunderstandings via communication, if not just as you as a person, and who you are naturally. Again, it comes down to expression, self-expression here. Something's wrong with that, or something's being reworked with that. Now, with this World card, this is a woman, and in the Sun card, it's a guy here. So for those in a heterosexual relationship, you're feeling misfortunate because of the loss of a potential relationship that you thought was going somewhere here, right? And then all of a sudden it just came undone. You feel like this other person isn't affected at all with the World card. They're kind of just minding their own business and building on business. You definitely feel like this person doesn't care at all. Again, it comes down to that facade and that mask. If this is you and you are going out into the world and you always have a smile on your face and you're always trying to play the brave and the strong one, other people, they're not mind readers, so they're not going to be able to easily guess what's going on internally if you don't actually verbalize that. You know what I mean? A lot of people tend to take people's word for it. Like, if you say you're fine, I'm not going to press the issue any further. And some of you guys kind of need that because it's a lot harder for you to just naturally open up. Again, maybe because of your childhood. So this then comes down to you being more forthright, forthcoming with this Ace of Coins energy, and just being able to be like, look, like, I need help in this area. I need guidance with this one perspective that I have seen. Like, I need to tell you about this situation, and you let me know with your, objective eyes, like how you see it playing out. Like, if I did anything wrong here, if there's something maybe that I overlooked here, you know what I mean, that I need to pay more close attention to. Or like, I just really need someone to vent to here with this Ace of Coins energy. If this is not this person you're reaching out to, but again, if this is the other person, they may be putting on that persona of like, oh, life is great, life is wonderful, I'm on top of the world, I'm making these connections, doing things entrepreneurially, seem to have like really good karma in their life, seem to be doing better without you, again, because this person is alone. But that can be a trick in itself, right? If this person's just busying themselves with their work, that's another form of escapism, and or another form of like denial and just not wanting to admit that they too feel sad. You know what I mean? They're just trying to preoccupy their minds with something else. My best piece of advice is, Leo, if you're wanting to reach out to somebody that you have passion for, and that you're determined to show here that you actually want to play your role in this person's life, and to actually meet these certain standards without, of course, sacrificing your own and your morals and all that stuff like that. But you have to go into this conversation, if this is what you want to do, with intention. So be very careful with what it is that you say. I would wait until Mercury station direct to do so, because at this time, again, communication can lead to even further misunderstandings and more unintentional pain on both sides. So just be very careful with how you play it out. But it can be a good outcome. This is all about dignity and self-respect, if nothing else. This is potential energy. So whatever it is that you do with this energy, it can build into something better. This is like tabla rasa energy here, right? Blank slate. Some of you guys are just like, fuck love, and you're going to be single, and that's also fine too. It's a period of self-discovery then for you, and you need that because you need to heal. Maybe some of you guys, you're just always so romantically involved and so easily distracted, by just your own human condition and your flesh. And being in the mix and always needing to have somebody to kind of like keep you company. But maybe you need to change that. Instead of like always jumping into situation after situation after situationship, potentially, now you need to get in touch with who you are and what it is that you want out of life, right? And get back on your grind and be more focused on your finances and your career and your creative pursuits. So that's what I see for you guys. If this reading resonated, give me a thumbs up, share this with your friends and family, subscribe if you haven't, and book with me should you need to. But if I don't hear from you on either platform, then just do take care of yourself and your soul until you hear from me again, okay? Ciao.